Welcome to a new era of encrypted money, where value can be held confidently and transferred instantly to anywhere in the world, without concern for exchange rates, at no cost to buyer or seller, and with complete security. Welcome to Dascoin. Finally, you can enjoy the peace of mind of knowing your money is fully protected, safe from inflation and currency risk, free from the negative impacts of governments and banks, and impenetrable by even the most sophisticated hackers. Because with Dascoin, there are no central servers to attack. Each Dascoin is stored and transferred within a distributed network of peer-to-peer vaults. The system's innovative design also creates unprecedented stability. With Dascoin, when you send 100 British pounds from London, the full 100 pounds of value is received in Shanghai in whichever currency you choose. So Dascoin is ideal for international remittances and global business transactions. And with a fixed number of coins, the value of each Dascoin has the potential to steadily rise as the network grows. Best of all, Dascoin is easy to acquire and even easier to use, whether on your phone, tablet, or laptop. Until now, cryptocurrencies have failed to attract the mainstream due to structural flaws. Decentralized coins like Bitcoin are plagued by price volatility, slow transactions, and regulatory issues. Centralized coins like OneCoin suffer from excessive corporate control, high trading fees, and security risks. To reach mass adoption throughout the world, a hybrid approach is required. So a worldwide coalition of executives and developers came together to create the world's most evolved cryptocurrency. The result is Dascoin. Blending the best of both types of cryptocurrencies and eliminating their weaknesses, Dascoin delivers superior security, stability, scalability, sustainability, and simplicity. Dascoin, cryptocurrency perfected.
It's going to be big because it's the first year, and that's what everyone needs to remember. This is the first year anniversary of the company. We're still relatively new, and what we have on the roadmap, on the agenda, the company has already achieved a lot. When you get close to these people, especially for founders, because these guys are nuts. You just understand how much knowledge and experience these guys have when it comes to this industry, what they've done previously. So both of them graduated from Princeton University in the US. We also have among us a gentleman called Blair Baker, and that's a person it's very good. It's worth doing the research on. He's the guy who founded FXCM. FXCM is one of the biggest foreign exchange trading platforms. You can compare it to IG Index, effectively. They trade, now this company, their trade volume reaches about $200 or $300 billion every single week. So that's the caliber of people that we have on board. And Blair Baker is responsible for Dascoin. He's also the guy that introduced Brian from Carta Worldwide to NetLeaders, to the founders of NetLeaders. And this guy, Brian from Carta Worldwide, he's the guy who worked with Vodafone, PayPal, as well as Apple on developing their mobile payment solutions. So if for whatever reason you come across another business where they're saying that they're going to introduce mobile payments using a cryptocurrency, they're talking baloney to you, because they have not got Brian from Carta. Carta is only working with Dascoin and is only working with NetLeaders. They have not got the skill to deliver. We have, because we have people on board. We have partnerships with people who have done it previously for one of the biggest companies, for the biggest companies in the world. They're doing it now for Dascoin. There is an additional challenge, of course, where we're not just talking about fiat currencies. We're not just talking about using pounds, dollar, euro, whatever. We're talking multi-currencies. We're talking multi-jurisdictions where we still need to comply with local laws. And that's another big thing behind why I believe and trust Dascoin so much. We are being proactive. We're not just going into these countries, pitching, selling, whatever, and then worrying about consequences. We're being proactive. That's specifically the reason why we're not targeting the US market. We're not allowed to target the US market just yet, because we need to be sure that that we are adhering to local regulations and laws, so that we're not going to get our advocates and the company itself into any kind of trouble. This is the big thing, and that really kind of helps you understand the vision where the company's going. We've also, in Zurich, on the 31st of March, the company officially announced a partnership with St. Luke's media agency. St. Luke's is the company that introduced the brands like IKEA and Emirates Airlines into the UK market. That's when the very first started. They were solely responsible for their PR and marketing campaigns. And you know exactly where these brands are now in the UK, IKEA and Emirates. Heineken, Eurostar, they were solely responsible for organizing marketing campaigns for London Olympics 2012. And you know how much of a success that was. That's thanks to them. Despite all the concerns about the congestion in London, they've delivered. St. Luke's is now working with net leaders, Dascoin. They have 8 people who are working, committed on developing marketing materials for us. And also they are organizing PR campaigns. So based on, there will be different stages of PR campaigns of how this will be rolled out based on where we are with regards to the development of the ecosystem, development of the products that we are launching. Of course, they will be tweaking the message effectively, continuously as we get closer and closer to the public launch. There are many companies that making outrageous claims when it comes to what they're planning to do, what they're planning to deliver. I've been involved in a few of them in the past, and just talking isn't enough. We have the ammunition, we have partnerships, and we have people that can now actually genuinely deliver. So lots and lots of exciting things coming. We've got an absolutely brilliant concept. It's not just a coin. We're not just releasing a coin. To be honest, if we just released a coin, it would still not discourage me at all in any way, because genuinely that one single product could be actually used by 1, 2, 3 billion people worldwide, based on what it's going to be and what will it be able to do. There's nothing of that sort out there. But that's just a small part of the ecosystem. So that's Dascoin and Daspay, because these things, so Dascoin and Dascoin will be then used through the solution called Daspay.
The way I understand it is currently right now, approximately 150,000 merchants worldwide accept Bitcoin, whereas Daspay would open it up to 50 million worldwide used with Dascoin. So you can just see straight away how this is likely to grow faster than Bitcoin's grown. Yeah. And apart from that, when more and more people now are getting used to crypto and understanding the cryptocurrency and trusting in the cryptocurrency, then I see this actually growing faster than what Bitcoin did in its first few years. So very excited.
It's again, why companies like Google were able to gain traction this quick, because there was Yahoo prior to Google, because there was MySpace before Facebook. They knew what to do. They knew exactly what disadvantages are, and they raced pretty much, and they delivered, knowing exactly what nodes to focus on, what areas they need to fix. This is exactly what we're doing. We're not first, which is ideal for us, because we know what the challenges of Bitcoin are. No one is really really trying to say that Bitcoin is bad, etc. But Bitcoin isn't perfect, and we're trying to maybe Dascoin, when we reach some level of usability, whatever, maybe it will not be perfect, but it will be better. So we are effectively targeting. Some people are asking, okay, how many merchants you've got on board? We don't need merchants. We will be working with every single payment technology, with payment systems that accepts Visa and MasterCard. We don't need to have any merchant on board, because wherever a merchant is accepting Visa and MasterCard, we will be able to accept Dascoin. It's as simple as that. So that's why this number, 50 to 60 million, is probably more as the market develops and as more and more companies out there, institutions, businesses accept Visa and MasterCard, they'll be accepting Dascoin. It's just how it is. Effectively, the way it's going to look is you're going to have your mobile phone, you're going to have an app called Daspay, and what you will be doing is you will be doing a proximity payment. So this is just a payment terminal. You put your PIN number there, whatever. It's going to show you the amount. The amount is right there. How much you've got to pay. It's just a contactless. That's what it is. It's a contactless technology. You're going to put your phone against the payment terminal. Then the Dascoins from your wallet, from your application, you're going to have, let's say, you're going to be sitting on 30 Dascoins. Let's say that at that time, Dascoins cost €5 per Dascoin, just for the simplicity reason. Those Dascoins But of course, there's going to be an amount. So if you know that you are in whatever, in Nigeria, and you need to pay, I think it's Nigeria lira or whatever, you need to pay 2,000 Nigerian for something, you are for water, for a bottle of water in some random shop. What this would do is, this would go on from Dascoin. Dascoin will go on a public exchange. They will compare what the rates are. Your Dascoins will be then sold on a public exchange, exchanged to Nigerian local currency, and a merchant would receive the money in his local currency. And an appropriate amount of Dascoins, or a portion of a Dascoin, because of course there will be a portion, could be like 0.05 of Dascoin, will be then deducted from your balance. You always have Dascoins, you would not be using any other currency. And that's all this selling on a public exchange, exchanging to that merchant's local currency, sending that local currency to his account. This will be all done in 6 seconds. Can you see the power? Bitcoin speed is between 1 hour and 24 hours. So imagine being at the Starbucks wanting to pay for something.
Yeah.
It's going to get cold. So you can, of course, you can pay for tickets to London Theatre using Bitcoin, because the speed isn't required. But when it comes to actually being in these places where it cannot take more than 10 seconds, it simply cannot, then Bitcoin simply just cannot compare. These are the limitations. Of course, Bitcoin is now going through major updates. So this will improve, but it will not be significant enough to ever compete, to compete with what we're doing. We are already in 115 countries. The launch date for external exchanges, when this can take place, it's Q1 18. We are literally like 7-8 months. This is really going to pick up the speed now. It's effectively public exchange. That's where you will be able to buy Dascoin. It's going to be just like, potentially initially, it's going to be just like any other cryptocurrency, where you still need Bitcoin in order to actually buy Dascoin. But that's just my thoughts right now. I cannot tell you whether that's going to be the case, because of course, us as affiliates, we don't need to go through that, because we already have licenses, and these licenses are being converted as we speak into Dascoin. So we already have Dascoins. We don't need to go through the pain of potentially acquiring Dascoin for an exchange. But for retail, for anyone who's not part of the business, that's how they will be doing it. They will be logging into public exchanges and acquiring Dascoin, potentially using Bitcoin. Maybe by then there's going to be something else. Yeah, it's a blockchain. Effectively, it's an evolution of what the counters are doing at the moment, where they record transactions based on first of all, timestamps. So, of course, if this happened yesterday, this happened today, this is going to happen tomorrow, this is going to happen the day after. But the way it's structured is that every single previous block or transactional record is verifying whether the next one that is about to be added makes a logical sense. And also, these are being additionally encrypted, highly encrypted, widely and publicly available, typically blockchains. You can just log into them, and there is a degree of transparency. Of course, all the data privacy, they're still sticking to all that. So you're not going to see names or anything like that. Huge advantage is that you can very easily access the information, and this information cannot be tampered with. So just imagine just the power in, for example, the land registry or property registry, especially in Asia and Africa, where someone's sitting on a piece of paper under the bed saying this particular land belongs to me, and then your neighbor next door's got the same document. Who falsified it? You just never know. You just haven't got a clue. With this, where everything's going to be stored on a blockchain, no one can question. This belongs to this guy, it belongs to this guy. You can do absolutely anything on a blockchain. You can record how a particular plant has grown, when a seed of this particular organic herb that you now have in your tea, where it came from, when it was planted, what kind of nutrients it received, when, how often they watered it, whether there was any pollution and any kind of motorway sitting right next to it. You can record absolutely anything. And just imagine when a particular seller, just imagine the power of someone who's selling herbs, teas, someone who's selling shoes, what this could do to potentially them establishing prices for these products, where they can give you this kind of accurate information when it comes to the origin of a particular product, of how it started, how long it took, etc. They can just pretty much guarantee that something isn't actually genuinely GMO, because they have the entire path of how it grown, how long it took, etc. Blockchain is just insane. It's literally transforming, as it already is, how businesses operate. This is how businesses will be recording their transactions, their operations. Every single business within 3 to 5 years will be running on it. If not, they're pretty much going out of business. It's crazy. And we have, so product number 1 is Dascoin and Daspay. Product number 2 is the blockchain that we have. It's our own blockchain. We're not using this system, this backbone, the spine effectively from Bitcoin, where we just clearly see what the disadvantages are, how it struggled processing operations and transactions. We have our own proprietary where transactions are able to be performed within that 6-second window. That's our own. This is our own invention. We came up with that. It launched already on the 31st of March. So that was that point at which, to which basically people could say, this is a scam, this isn't genuine, this isn't going to happen. When the block launched, that's an evidence. This is the core of our business. It's like laying the foundation for the house. At that point where the product is there right in front of you, you can log into it. It's dascoinexplorer.com. This is where you can see the blockchain of Dascoin. There's no question whether this is a legitimate business or not. And now, when on top of that, they added companies like Carta, St. Luke's, and Bluzel. Bluzel is a consultancy firm that actually consults all the biggest cryptocurrencies, all the biggest fintech companies in the world. They go to them, to Bluzel, if they have any challenges when it comes to how their software is performing. Bluzel is that massive consultancy firm, and they're working with us on some solutions as well. So we've got our own blockchain. That's product number 2. Then there's going to be infrastructure as a service, where companies will be able to use some of our resources and service to build applications on a blockchain as well. Product number, so that's going to be 3. Then we've got 4. 4 is we're going to have our own exchange, meaning companies, so retail, us individuals, as well as institutional traders, will be able to log in and actually trade currencies against each other. And that will be cryptocurrencies. I don't know whether it will be fiat or not. I'm just kind of guessing right now. But they will be able to trade. And you know how the trading markets, especially for institutional traders, how massive it is. It's $1 trillion industry. And these guys, we already have a connection to make this trading as fast as possible. We are already working with big companies. I've already seen something that is called MT5 platform. It's a MetaTrader platform. It's a software used by the biggest institutions, financial institutions in the world, in order to trade. We already have a connector, a plugin that will allow them to trade on a Dascoin exchange, on a Dasnet exchange. And there is a guy who's actually working on an exchange, making an exchange called Dimitri. Don't know his surname, Russian, so it's a bit hard to pronounce. But he's the guy who built the biggest exchanges in the world. He's working on a Dascoin exchange as well. There's lots. There's like 5, 6, 7 products already in the pipeline. Smart contracts. Okay, that's another thing that I've got to mention. So product number 1, Dascoin Daspay. We can compare it to Bitcoin, but it's on some serious steroids comparing to what Bitcoin offers. As you can understand, we're not talking about transactions that could take no one knows how long. We're talking about transactions that would take 6 seconds, where you're dealing with a currency that's finite, because you can only have 8.6 billion of Dascoin. There will be no more. Some might say that it's a large figure, comparing to 21 million of Bitcoin. But when you go on the public currency market to see how many other currencies are, there are many that have more. But you've got to remember that our target initially, it's a bit outrageous, but we're planning to target 1 billion people. This isn't a currency designed to work against, like Bitcoin, against governments, against institutions, because of how anonymous it is. We're not going like that. We're not going in that direction. We're going mainstream. This is why we need to have plenty of coins, because we're going to have plenty of people using this currency. That's the reason. But still, it's a finite currency. There will be no more. That's a rough. It's actually a little bit less. It's 8.59 whatever. But we just rounded up to 8.6. It cannot be printed like a fiat currency, like dollars, pounds, whatever. You cannot just go through quantitative easing, go through the printer and start printing more money, devaluating that currency further. It's going to have the exact opposite reaction, because it's finite. It will be scarce. People will be holding on to it, knowing that the greater the usability, the more people are using our solution, the greater the price of the currency. Therefore, they will. It's like you, Abigail. You're sitting on your bitcoins. You don't want to get rid of them because you know that they will appreciate in value. Just imagine what's going to happen to this. Okay, that's just some of it. Now another big one. So solution number 1, Daspay, Dascoin. Compare the price to Bitcoin. And what this, I don't know what it is. It's I think it's now 2,500 and something 50, because there are major fluctuations. That's the price of Bitcoin, knowing that, again, we're still in a development phase. So it's not out yet, but based on, so we are speculating, we're highly speculating, but it's almost a safe speculation here at this point. Why would they not want to use an app on a mobile phone where all they need to carry traveling from country to country is their mobile phone, with Dascoins being a currency that will be increasing in value continuously? All they will be doing is going to one payment terminal, scan, making payments like that. You can go to Nigeria, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, wherever you want to. All you will be doing is just scanning. That's it. No currency exchanges. You're not carrying cash in your back pocket. Paper money is going out of business. Sweden and Dubai, UAE, they're getting rid of it by 2020. Over the next 2.5 years, they're not going to have any paper money. You will not see their bank notes anymore. They're gone. And then countries will be then, you know how it is. It goes like domino. And then probably in the next 5 years or 6 years, they'll be gone in most of the European countries. So there's going to be some sort of a digital solution to make payments. No one will be doing bank transfers to when you want to pay for parking or whatever. This is the solution. We're going to have it next year. This is just crazy. Again, okay. So solution number one, this Dascoin is compared effectively to Bitcoin. It's effectively a form of making payments. That's what we're doing. Solution number 4 now, it's called smart contracts. This is big. This is what Ethereum does. Ethereum is the second best currency, massive currency, because the company, Ethereum, they're working with Microsoft as well as other major brands. That's what Microsoft is using when actually is targeting corporate enterprise-grade customers to work with them on their blockchain. Because of course, IBM and Microsoft have already jumped on it. When you type blockchain into your browser, IBM will be at the very top. This is what these guys are doing. They're all over it. They understand that businesses will be now adopting blockchain to operate, to put their business on, and they do that implementation for them. So IBM is on it. IBM is using Hyperledger, a blockchain that Linux Foundation developed. Microsoft is using Ethereum. That's why the value of Ethereum had gone up from $7 early this year to $200 already. How crazy is that? Imagine putting $1,000 into Ethereum at $7 a piece back then. Now you've got 200. That's 30 times, $1,000 to $30,000 in 6 months. That's the potential of the market. And again, smart contracts, it's something that we will be doing. And again, this is just one of the solutions, not like it is with Ethereum. That's all they do. With us, it's just one little portion of what's coming. What it is, imagine now, whenever you've got someone who wants to buy something, and whenever you've got someone who wants to sell something, and these guys don't know each other, there is no trust, they're not buddies, they have not traded in the past, what's going to happen? Who's going to take the first step? Is someone going to send the cash over, and then hoping that someone's going to release the goods? Who's going to do that first? These guys normally, they understand that, okay, they're not just going to do that. Someone is not going to send like 5 tons of bananas to Tesco's without knowing that Tesco's will then pay them. And it's the same the other way. No one wants to take that first step. So these guys are then employing lawyers. And of course, they can't just employ anyone. It needs to be an expert who knows, if this guy's in Africa, who needs to know international law. These guys, they will charge them thousands for it. There's going to be some legal agreement, and it's costly. Both parties have to pay. Both parties probably have to pay on an entry, on an exit, whatever that might be. These cost companies a ton of money. And of course, they've got that middleman whom they need to trust that they will execute should any of these parties do not fulfill the obligation. Now imagine where we have a system that works like an escrow service where all you need is these 2 guys. You don't need a lawyer, you don't need a middleman, you don't need anyone. All you do is, I will give you an example. This is just one. What you will be able to do in a system, infinite possibilities. You can arrange and set up any kind of rules you like. But imagine now this guy's in Africa. Tesco's need bananas. A good example, that's what I typically give. Now, what they would do is they will log into the back office of Dasnet, and they will create a rule saying if bananas reach this particular geographical location, the money that will be paid, and that money prior to that being activated, that money is then moving into like an escrow service, like a middle of a table effectively. The money's in a pot. It does not belong to the buyer anymore, but then it did not quite move to the seller just yet. So the moment this boat that bananas are traveling on is going to reach this particular geographical location, the money is being moved onto the seller because they've got something effectively. This is going to be the system that will completely eliminate the middleman and will completely eliminate the need for a trust to occur, to be in place. And even if there is trust, that trust can be broken. This is you are completely eliminating the human error here. Do you see the power? And just think of a few other examples where this could be applicable. Anything you can do like betting, saying, I'm going to pay you, just like us, buddies. We can do, okay, if Manchester United wins tonight, I'm going to give you 50 quid. If it doesn't, you're going to get 50 quid. You can do that here as well. Anything, absolutely anything. There could be an arrangement. You're paying monthly installments, or we're taking your TV. But genuinely, that is another form. That's exactly what you can do with smart contracts. That's why they go smart. They're not just contracts where you still need some form, some middleman that will be the judge, will resolve potential issues or whatever that might be. But then we've got this system that will do that for them. There are more products. There's one product called ECN. I've got no clue what it does, honestly. That's when I said to you that if this gets implemented, we have like Bitcoin for the mobile payments. We've got companies like Stratis currently. Stratis is another cryptocurrency exchange already launched. They've got no team building, nothing like that. It's just a standalone traditional modern form of currency, cryptocurrency. Stratis had gone from 22nd of March is when I bought Stratis. I've got some of their coins. I bought them for 13 cents, 1.3. Now Stratis is worth $3.30. So nearly about 25 times. Since 22nd of March, 2 months effectively, they've gone up 25 times. So again, 1,000 put into Stratis would have returned 25,000 in just about 2 months. Stratis is only doing infrastructure as a service where they build applications. Again, that's just a small part of our ecosystem, or what Dascoin is looking to develop. It's just a sheer power. This is why what we are doing is we're almost right now selling a vision. The way I explain it is that we are part of an exciting financial technology company that is about to go public early next year. And that's how I just raised that curiosity, because some people could think, okay, I don't want to be getting into all this because it seems a bit complicated. That we are a financial technology company, no matter what someone else is saying. We're not introducing ourselves as an MLM or network marketing company, because as you can see, there's quite a bit more here at stake. This is just marketing, what we are doing. The commission distribution is just a form it's a form of distribution. The company decided to adapt the network marketing model, distribution structure, because they effectively need their usability. They need a community. They need people who are using these solutions rather than targeting a particular one TV station in one particular country in order to do their marketing. It would have been a lot harder for them to go global the way they plan. Network marketing is the perfect distribution model, because in less than a year, and that's a good statement, through that network distribution model, because the company adopted it, we've been able to go to over 115 countries. And the company is basically simply sharing some of the profits that they gain through selling of their licenses back with their members. It's just a perfect model. So we're not a network marketing company. We're a financial technology company. What happens to be, we are in a crowd sale mode now. Up until we go public, we're crowdfunding the project effectively. People are chipping in. When we are public, then they see clearly, okay, this is the price, you know exactly how much you're going to get from the coins that you're sitting on. Basically now, I'm going to talk to you about the big licenses. So for example, the 5K license, when you buy the 5K license today, you are getting I'm just rounding it, 42,000 coins. This is how many coins you're receiving. Effectively, you are paying 0.12 euro cent for one coin. If it only goes up to 1 euro cent, you've just made 8 times your money. 8 times your money. So that's from 5,000. 5,000 is only 5 grand into 40 grand. And this, again, just if Dascoin launches, we do not need anything else, just the payment system. 1 euro cent, to me, that's more than achievable. And this is going to happen early next year. Q1 is the predicted launch of exchanges as well as Dascoin. So they will not even be waiting that long to achieve 8 times return. 8 times, 800%. They can always go to Halifax, and maybe if they're going to put their money into ISA, they're going to give them. So we don't even need to, even if it only goes to 20 cents, that's already 80% return in 6 or 7 or 8 months. What the price could actually be, saying, what if the price, based on these technologies, based on the data that we already have, we received from the market of the success of Bitcoin, success of Stratis, success of Ethereum, as well as other companies, look at their prices today and what they have. We have all these elements inside our ecosystem here. They're now being developed. Look at their prices. What if we only achieve 10% of where these guys have gone to? Only 10% or even 1% of Bitcoin, 20 euro per coin. Imagine that. 20 euro times 40 is sitting on what? Is that 800,000 from 5K?
Yeah, phenomenal growth, phenomenal. I mean, imagine if it reached the amount that Bitcoin is currently at, and obviously Bitcoin is going to get bigger as well.
But that's the thing, you can get the 5K license today, sit on it for like a year, maybe even 3 years. This license alone, this 5K license, genuinely could give you 1 million back.